Hi, it's Amanda. Welcome to my channel. Here you'll find videos highlighting safe products for natural, kinky, coily, curly hair textures, ingredient deep dives, full wash day reviews highlighting Black woman-owned natural hair care brands, and general tips and tricks for caring for these types of hair. My advice and reviews are based on my experience caring for my own hair. I transitioned for 11 months from relaxers starting February 2019, big chopped December 19th, 2019 at home, a very disastrous rush DIY experience. Then I got a salon big chop February 7th, 2020, where I lost quite a few more inches. So my big chop date was February 7th, 2020. And I am 18 months natural at the time of this recording. Natural, curly, coily, kinky hair, it's my passion. Much to the surprise of, well, I guess me and anyone else who knows me. But passion it is, and I want to do something with that. Not making my own products, I prefer to aggregate information on the products already available, and I also just love learning and sharing what I can about growing and maintaining healthy, natural hair. I launched a website earlier this year featuring some Natural Hair 101, my product finder, where you can search for products by ingredients you do or do not want in your hair care, ingredient summaries, both bad and good, details on hair types, porosity, elasticity, and the like, and more. Check out uptightcurls.com if you haven't done so already. And always feel free to contact me here on Instagram or at my email, amanda@uptightcurls.com, with any website or video requests or just general feedback. That all being said, today's video, it's not about hair. It's about me. I've never done a dedicated video about me, but here we go with a quick life update. I think I'm only gonna cover 2 topics, or at least that's my plan. And let me know in the comments section if there's anything else you'd like to know related to what I talked about or just anything else. I'd be happy to do a Q&A video, so if I get at least 10 questions, I can go ahead and put one out. First up, and if you follow me on Instagram, you already know this, but I quit my day job. I did both business analysis and project management in the financial industry over the past 10 years or so, focusing on technology enhancement and latest tax reform. My last day was July 26th. I had many reasons for leaving, and I'll walk through a few of them, trying to stick with the ones that were more related to why I decided to quit now. Number 1, first up, Aiden just turned 5 at the end of June and will start kindergarten this year, fall 2021. That was a huge part of my decision to leave, especially given the current climate and my strong feelings that he needs a dedicated parent at home. And when I say dedicated, I mean dedicated as in on hand. Nick is an incredibly dedicated parent. Really though, logistically, school hours are from like 8:15 to 3:30, 2:40, whatever it may be. How do people manage this while working full-time jobs? I just don't know. I could put him in aftercare, but it hardly seems like something I want to do. We did this all the while he was in daycare from 7 weeks until, we went into quarantine. I don't know, I feel like school feels different. Being a working mother, it's a superhero job. And while it has always been my personality to be the superhero, it's an unnecessary flex that may impress others, but has possibly been wreaking havoc on my own mental and physical well-being. So given the option to not have to juggle everything, Nick and I decided it was time for me to hang up the cape. That being said though, I had always assumed I would be that mother working long hours her whole life while raising children, managing the household, and pretty much being an unrealistic, overworked person. I majored in economics at a competitive university, and I figured in order to not waste that experience and expense, I needed to work. I've always been the person that wanted to do the impossible. I've juggled a lot for a long time, and in all honesty, I took some pride in that. Where people would always excuse away not being able to do something because only a few are capable, or you had to have some kind of like magnified talent in order to achieve, I always wanted to do it. I wanted to be that special person, always. And I think the pandemic has taught me this. You don't have to have everything, and you don't need to be everything. Money not being a factor, you need to show up for your family, and equally importantly, for yourself. While I would argue I was overrun pre-pandemic too, I have been running myself absolutely ragged this last year and a half. All this time being home all day with both kids. And mind you, I do have a nanny, but she only works the hours that I was working my full-time job, plus 1 hour. So cooking meals from scratch 5 to 6 days a week, keeping up with working out, working my full-time job, putting out YouTube content twice a week, Instagram content daily, along with creating, launching, and managing my website, doing all of this on 3 hours of sleep a night, because between working at night on my channel and website, and Layla, despite turning 2 next month, she has never slept through the night, not a single night, since she was born. So yeah, about 3 hours. It's a lot, and I took pride in my ability to, survive it. You may have noticed though that since I made the announcement on my Instagram, I've actually been even less responsive in my comments section. and my Instagram has become less consistent. That is likely a product of possibly reaching my breaking point pretty much by my last day of work. Figuring out Aiden's school situation, I mean, it's a lot. He's starting school in 2.5 weeks and I still don't even know where I'm sending him. Incidentally, July 26th, my last day of work, was also the day that my dad had his 3rd back surgery. So that's been a lot. So in addition to everything that I was doing, I had to add on visiting my dad in the hospital in the city a couple days a week and catching up on household stuff that's been pending for some of it for like 6 years. Getting Aiden sorted for school, which is no small feat considering we are now 3 weeks away, as I mentioned. And I've been less responsive because I've just been actually even more busy. My plan once things settle down is to work on my content from 9 to 3 every day or a little less depending on school hours. But I'm not there yet. And luckily, I'm not really on a timeline, and I'm just happy to continue to put out my content twice a week. And just know that while I may be a bit slow now, I will respond, so please don't stop reaching out. Nick has full respect for my YouTube channel and this business I'm trying to build. Keep in mind, he came up with my channel name. Watched both kids for me while I used to spend 10 hours a day washing my hair on the weekends, several more days editing, and he's always been on hand. He took the time to learn the code he needed to in order to build my product finder. He still manages my database on top of working 12 to 14 hours a day himself. Luckily still at home right now. And he too has been a superhero through all of this, although he's keeping his job and I'm just trying to take on more at home. He's also the one who gets Layla between 2 and 4 a.m. every night when she wakes up screaming. Largely, though, that's because I no longer hear her and he does. That being said, though, she does make sure to wake me up every night when she gets in bed with a quick slap to the face because I have to then hold her for the rest of the night. Sleeping, but holding her nonetheless. So, I will still work on my content and my website, but now it will be during regular working hours instead of between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. Plus, if my kids need me during the day, I can work that in without having to make excuses to a micromanaging manager who does not respect work-life balance. Given the flexibility to not have to work, I am happy and feel very lucky to have the opportunity to work on what I love while being able to better take care of those that I love. I had always had this dream in the back of my mind to leave my job when my channel and website started to take off. But without regular enough hours to focus on how to grow, who knows if I'd ever even gotten there. So this is my chance. Again, that all being said, I feel like I keep saying that all being said, but I'm summarizing a lot. It was very hard to come to grips with the decision to leave my job, given the simple fact that I no longer collect a steady paycheck every 2 weeks. That's a tough reality to face, but I'm trying to believe that one of these days my channel can make me something reliable that I can actually pull from. And if it doesn't, I'm still proud of what I'm doing. I'm going to stop here on this one topic. Let me know below if you have any questions or want any more information on my decision to leave or anything related. I did a lot more reasons to leave, but those are, I guess, the main ones. Number 2, and this makes me feel a lot better, so much better, about my decision to leave my job and get on a more sustainable schedule. I discovered within the last week that if all goes smoothly, I'm having another baby. Baby number 3, baby number last. No more babies after this. I have always wanted to have 3 kids and to have the last before I turned 35 to avoid all the extra blood tests and raising my risk factor and whatever. I don't know how far along I am, but thinking earliest it will be born a couple months after I turn 35 next February, otherwise known as April. I said, if all goes smoothly. I know that's not usually how people make these announcements. I'm saying that because, as I mentioned in the past on my channel, I did have a miscarriage. It was between Aiden and Layla. Actually, my reason for having gone natural, and I'm therefore not confident in my ability to carry a child to term. I mean, I know I've done it twice, but the anxiety is awful. I'm of course hoping that it all works out, but unfortunately things like this happen. I know a lot of people wait until the end of the first trimester to announce, but that's just not my personality. If something happens, it won't be because I spoke too soon. I actually thought I had an appointment yesterday that I showed up for, only to find out that it was actually a month from yesterday. I was able to get myself in for an appointment next week, so here goes another stressful week of not knowing if everything is okay at this point. So related to this update, I'm not the person to get all giddy about being pregnant. My channel will not morph into babyland and exposed bellies and all that kind of stuff. Still though, and I've mentioned this, I need new content ideas. So if anyone wants to know about this whole baby process, let me know. I may toss in a 3rd video one week just by request. If you want to know how it's going, what I eat in a day as vegan and pregnant, which I have never been. Progress updates that don't include showing my stomach, that's never gonna happen, or anything of the like. In all honesty, I have unsubscribed from many a channel when the creator got pregnant and all of a sudden I had to hear about her weekly bump updates, swollen feet, morning sickness, and whatever else might be going on. And all the other content disappeared. And morning sickness sucks. Talk about it if you want to. I just didn't like it that everything became about the baby when I'm not there for baby content. I'm sorry if that makes me sound like a mean person. I don't mean to be, but I honestly just, and I know other people get excited about it too, but babies are more exciting for the people having the baby. So it's like, I personally just don't necessarily want to bore people talking about, I don't know. Let me just stop here. If you have any questions, let me know. And if I feel comfortable making a video, then I will do that. I will say something though. My first update on my past pregnancy. So Aiden, cakewalk. Other than being upset I was having a boy, love him now. Started showing at month 6.5, walked 18 holes of golf, and did a spin class on a Tuesday, and he was born 2 days later on Thursday. Only issue, my delivery was awful. The worst pain of my life once the epidural wore off, and it required a good amount of recovery. Although, if I look back in my camera roll, it looks like it was only 2 weeks, but it was an excruciating 2 weeks. My stomach bounced back in about 2 weeks as well. So all in all, I ended up having another one, so I wasn't that traumatized. Second pregnancy, as I mentioned, ended in a miscarriage shortly after 9 weeks, but I had already started showing. Third pregnancy, Layla gave me morning sickness from 4 weeks until she was delivered 2 weeks early at 38 weeks. Easier delivery despite the anesthesiologist not knowing how to do an epidural, so that sucked. That was actually a very traumatic experience. Painful recovery, but nothing at all like the first, and I'm pretty sure I have diastasis recti right now, which pretty much is a separation in your rib cage, which means that my stomach, unless I have some kind of surgical intervention, will never be the same. I've always had washboard abs. It's something that I always took a lot of pride in because I've worked on my core for pretty much my whole life, and I will likely never have that again. But you get older, you care less about things. I had the washboard abs when it probably, I don't want to say it mattered more, but I'm trying to justify it in my mind. It's still a little bit upsetting that I no longer have my stomach, but whatever. So I might as well just have another baby. I don't know if I have diastasis recti, as I know I said I might have it because I discovered it or thought I might, but it was during the beginning of the pandemic and I was not going to an office to be checked out, and then it's just so much time has passed, and now what's done is done. I'm already in progress, so I don't actually want to know if it's going to get worse with this baby, so I'm just not asking. So this time around, and largely why I have been somewhat MIA, I am so tired. It has taken me about 5 hours to get the energy to put some stuff on my face, take off my bonnet, put on some real clothes, and sit down to record this video. It also has me a little bit worried that my twice a week content, there might be a gap because I don't have a store of videos at this point. So, I really hope I'm able to keep up with my, at least my wash day videos. But there might be some weeks where I miss my second one. I'm not looking forward to that. I love consistency and I love staying on top of it, but I'm also dog tired. I am so tired. Oh my God. It's just debilitating fatigue that you can't really do anything about it. And because I experienced this with Layla, I know that it can last for a really long time. That being said though, I experienced that with Layla and I still traveled 2.5 hours into Brooklyn for work every day, or 5 days a week. 4 days a week because I was still working from home one day. I don't know how I did that. But again, I had my cape, but I've hung my cape up since then. So I'm probably taking naps most days now, and I'm just trying to take care of myself. I am older than the first time I had a baby. I think I was either 28 or 29 when I had Aiden, and I'm stressed. I'm very stressed. My life is very stressful. And I want to at least do what I can, and what I can is to take care of myself and the things that I can control. So I'm not going to really kill myself trying to get out a video if I am so tired, and it would be probably not in my best interest to move forward with it. But anyway, that being said, I'm not going anywhere. It's just that I might be a little bit delayed. We'll see what happens this time around. I hope the baby is healthy and happy, and that this whole experience just yields a new baby with some good hair. That was a joke, sort of. But healthy hair isn't hurting anyone. Slight preference for a boy, but I'll take either one. Last point here, and it's quick because it's really just I don't really have much to say. I'd like to write a book. I had this idea when I was nearing my last day of work, and I thought it would be, something around natural hair, not like a textbook sort of thing, because I'm not a chemist, I'm not a cosmetologist, but I have experience and I like writing, so I was thinking about maybe doing something along the lines of putting together some kind of ebook. But But again, not a fleshed out idea. I just know that I like writing, I like hair. Why not marry the two of them? All right, so that's enough for now. A bit of insight into my life, and let me know again if you have any questions. Pretty much an open book for the most part. Again, I would do a Q&A video if you do have any questions or anything you'd like to know. So drop those comments below. Check out uptightcurls.com if you haven't done so already. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my content and haven't done so already, please consider subscribing, like, comment, and share. And I'll talk to you in my next one. Thanks, and have a good one.